If the pencil did not leave eternal monuments, where would we have learned of people's wisdom? Abu Rayhan al-Biruni. Spring 2018, a day to remember, a day of ceremony and music, a day of friendship and handshakes. A special day, the day the new library building for the Al-Biruni Institute in Tashkent was officially opened. But to understand properly this important day, we must first step back through time. Autumn 2017. The Al-Biruni Institute stands silent in the Tashkent sunshine. Outside, all is calm. Inside, it's a hive of activity. The Institute's unique manuscript collection is on the move. In a carefully planned operation, tens of thousands of historic manuscripts, lithographs and documents are being transferred to their new home. Day after day, padded crates are brought up to a secure archive. The seals are broken and the books take their place on the waiting shelves. The new state-of-the-art building for the Al-Biruni Institute is coming to life. But it's been a long journey. In 2009, the first president of Uzbekistan, Islam Karimov, made a state visit to the Sultanate of Oman and met with His Majesty Sultan Qaboos bin Said. The visit launched a new era of friendship and cooperation between the two countries. This new building was only one of many results stemming from that visit. Official decisions were issued and plans drawn up. In July 2015, construction began. First, the foundations were laid, an important milestone marked by a joint Uzbek-Omani ceremony. Building work surged ahead. The pillars of the main entrance were raised, and the great atrium began to take shape. Next, the building started to take on its brilliant white exterior. By May 2016, exterior construction was complete and work began on the interior. The result is a magnificent building with a central atrium soaring 16 meters above the entrance. Open galleries on each of its 3 floors give breathtaking views of the craftsmanship worked into every aspect of the building. Typically Uzbek features combine with Arabic design. The floors shine with Omani marble. Entering the institute, the visitor's eye is drawn to 3 tableaux, paying tribute to 3 intellectual giants of the medieval Islamic era. Muhammad ibn Musa al-Khwarizmi, a founding father of modern mathematics. Mirza Ulugh Beg, a master of astronomy who built his own observatory at Samarkand. And Abu Rayhan Muhammad ibn Ahmad al-Biruni, one of the greatest scholars of the golden age of Islamic thought and learning. His studies in astronomy, physics, geography and history were characterized by a great openness to different cultures. The Institute's collection of 26,000 handwritten manuscripts and nearly 40,000 printed lithographs is one of the richest in the world. not only because of the number of books, but also because of their diversity in terms of age and subject. Every shelf contains priceless works watched over by modern security systems. Water could ruin the books, so instead of sprinklers, there is a sophisticated fire suppression system which uses inert gas to smother any fire. And watching over these treasures, listed in the UNESCO Register of World Heritage Sites, is a high-tech security system. Cameras follow every movement around the building to make sure no harm comes to the collection. The most ancient works stored here are more than 1,000 years old, such as this 9th century transcription of the text of the Quran into Kufic script. This volume includes, along with the Kufi Arabic, a rendering in Farsi, reflecting the position of today's Uzbekistan on the ancient Silk Route, standing at the crossroads of many nations and many cultures. The collection is also rich in works of history, like this illustrated copy of the Book of Kings, painstakingly transcribed by hand in the 16th century. Today, more modern techniques are used to copy books for future generations. State-of-the-art equipment in the new building allows books to be scanned and stored digitally. The machines work fast, without damaging the precious volumes. For larger volumes, there's a special scanner. Once in digital format, books can be made available online, allowing scholars everywhere to use them in their research. These travelling beams of light hold out the promise that the ancient wisdom contained in the collection will travel around the modern world. As well as many thousands of books, the collection also contains valuable papers. Such legal documents, often stamped with official seals, are an invaluable source for scholars. They make it possible to follow the details of everyday life centuries ago. But those passing centuries can be cruel to fragile paper. So the new building also has a laboratory dedicated to preserving and restoring items ravaged by time. It takes great skill and patience, but it's worth it. In its many thousands of volumes, the collection covers hundreds of different subjects, but a common thread runs through them all: a desire to preserve and share knowledge as widely as possible. In its new home, the Biruni Institute will be able to pursue that goal as never before.
This new building is a new historical chapter. I would like to express our sincere gratitude to His Majesty Sultan Qaboos for support of this collection, support of the Islamic heritage. We have green light from our authorities to work together with our foreign partners.
Scholars around the world are eager to explore the riches of the new library. Scholars like Sheikh Abdul Rahman Al Salmi, who has his own library at home in Oman.
ليس لي بالذات بل للجميع.
The library will not be only for me, but for everyone. Exploring its treasures will be like exploring a new ocean.
محيط جديد. فالباحثون من مختلف أنحاء العالم حريصون.
Therefore, researchers from around the world are keen to begin searching and so reveal these treasures.
أو البحث في كشف هذه المكنوزات بكون أن هذه المكنوزات من بعد.
And later, these manuscripts will be photographed, and when they are available on the web, that will pave the way for considerable research in theology, Islamic doctrine, philosophy, science, mathematics, mechanics, and astronomy.
الرياضية والميكانيكا والفلك.
Back in Tashkent, distinguished guests are arriving for the opening ceremony. Guest of honor, designated by His Majesty Sultan Qaboos, is His Highness Said Haytham bin Tariq Al Said. Alongside the Prime Minister of Uzbekistan, Abdullah Aripov, and the President of the Uzbek Academy of Sciences, they declare the new building officially open. And they commemorate its completion as a bright symbol of the friendship between Uzbekistan and Oman. Then it's time for a tour of the building, followed by cameras from the international media. First stop, a display of some of the finest manuscripts from the collection, including works by al-Biruni himself, noted for his writings on the value of different civilizations and how such differences enrich humanity. In the reading room, the visitors see the project underway to produce a detailed summary of the collection. Once this catalogue is online, it will allow scholars worldwide to identify volumes relevant to their research. In the scanning room, they are shown how the complete text of works will also be made available online. And in the conservation laboratory, they see how Oman's support is helping Uzbek specialists preserve the collection. In the conference room, equipped with simultaneous translation facilities, the visitors are welcomed by the president of the Uzbek Academy of Sciences.
On behalf of Academy of Sciences, welcome to New House. To New House, which is creating enormous potential for further development of our joint studies, joint cooperation of scientists not only from Oman, but maybe from the whole world. I would like to express our deep gratitude to Sultanate Oman, to His Majesty, for this supportive idea how to join not only the scientists, maybe the people of two countries, and to build, in fact, the bridge between these two countries which have huge historical heritage.
In his reply, Oman's Minister of Endowments and Religious Affairs explores al-Biruni's view that human history should be understood not as a clash between civilizations, but as a dialogue between them.
وهذه هي رسالة التعارف التي بشر بها القرآن الكريم.
This is the message of Ta'aruf, knowing each other, preached by the Holy Quran and al-Biruni, as well as Ibn Sina and most Asian thinkers before and after him who embraced this philosophical principle of relations between people in the world. The Ta'aruf offers the basis for dialogue and alliances between civilizations and comprises two elements: vision and initiative, or putting into practice. Therefore, we must embrace initiatives to promote dialogue and rescue the vision of Ta'aruf.
إنفاذا لرؤية التعارف.
Yet at the same time, we need to rectify our relationship with the outside world in a deliberate and conscious manner.
والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
After the speeches, there's a special honour for His Highness on top of official gifts. An honorary doctorate from the Uzbek Academy of Sciences. This project is of great cultural significance. It is a symbol of coexistence between nations. When His Majesty thought of building this magnificent scientific and cultural edifice, he had a far-reaching vision extending beyond relations between two states. It is a comprehensive vision for scientific convergence, particularly in Islamic matters. As they leave, the distinguished visitors pause to pay tribute to the Omani quartet who have played so beautifully during this happy occasion. On the steps of the new library, it's clear that the visit has been a great success. The friendship between Oman and Uzbekistan has been strengthened still further, laying the foundations for greater openness and cooperation.
I think things are changing. I think the director of the Institute referred to this. He said there's a mood for change. I mean, they want to attract foreign scholars and their own scholars to come and use this stuff, which perhaps before it wasn't so easy. And I think the will is there. And, you know, long may it continue. I mean, I think it's extremely encouraging. I'm looking forward to trying it out.
I think it is not just an important day, it is a rather historic day to be celebrating Al-Biruni, one of the polymaths of Islamic civilization, is of course in itself a very important achievement, but also to provide such fabulous facilities for preserving one of the most precious collections of Islamic manuscripts is particularly welcome. But I think the most important thing is it reminds us again and again that Muslims today should be producers of knowledge. They should recognize this is what they were in the past, not just as consumers, and to be of benefit to everyone. Unless we understand our past, unless we recognize how faith and critical inquiry had continued side by side, unless people in the Muslim world recognize that today, they would not be ready for the future.
As al-Biruni himself said, good cannot be brought forth, and evil cannot be avoided, except by knowledge.